Hey everybody, so good to see you. How everybody is doing. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope y'all are doing well. Tonight is our open panel Wednesday. We're going to do open panel every Wednesday, and it's about, we're going to do, of course, we're positivity people, we're good vibe people. So just come in here and have a good time and laugh and just feel good and lift each other up and support one another. That's what it's all about. Let me go in here and say hellos to everybody. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Hello, Miss Sharon. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well, darling. Hello, Riff, brother. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Gone Girl. Virtual hugs, honey. Hope you're doing well, sweetie. Hello, Truth Seeker. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good, honey. Hello, Sub Zero. Good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. We're just I think more people will eventually come in, but I hope everybody's doing good on Hump Day Wednesday. I can't believe it's Wednesday. Lord have mercy. This whole year is like going by like crazy. It's so crazy, guys. But I think Rebel covered some excellent topics in his life. Excellent, guys. It makes you think. It really does. Definitely. It definitely makes you think because you don't know. You know. He's kind of like me. We go deep. When we go digging deep, we go digging deep. So we think more out of the box because you never know. So good to see you guys. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Well, while we're waiting for some more people to come in here, I'm going to go over some. Yes, he did. He said he was going to have some more soon too. And like I said, he always digs up really good stuff. So it makes you think because it's different stuff, which everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but it's stuff that some people don't think of. It's more out of the box because some people will only think the regular, or they're like the typical you know thing, but you sometimes you have to think outside of the box, and that sometimes is what truly happens, is the odd, the wouldn't what you wouldn't think happen is what would happen. You know what I mean? So sometimes you have to think out of the box and just go that way, because you hear a lot of what's inside the box, or you hear a lot what everybody says. And so he's like, I'm gonna go digging and see if I can find anything. And he's finding some good stuff outside of the box. Hello, Demetrius. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Summer Thunders. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well, darling. Like I was saying tonight, and well, we're going to do it every Wednesday, guys, is our open panel Wednesday. It's not music or nothing like that. It's not like our Fridays where you can come in and sing and karaoke and stuff. We just come in here and talk about anything positive or anything going on in the world, in which I'm sure we will talk about the Titanic submersible, because I talked about it last night. Rift, I was asking you questions and you wasn't in here. Daggone it, I can't even remember what it was. But anyway, and so we've been talking about that kind of, like here and there. So I'm sure we will bring that up tonight, guys, because I've been kind of following it closely, but I haven't come across. It seems like I'm covering like going across the same old stuff. I'm trying to, but I did come across some news clips. I'm just waiting for, like, when we get the panel up, I'll tell them, shh, we're gonna play it, because some people are like, what in the world? Because I didn't know anything about it until Riff come in here and told us. I had no clue. I've been watching it like, y'all should see my Google feed. It's like, has the Titanic submersible been found? Updates on the Titanic submersible. Or like, how long can you live without food? How long can you live without water? Don't think I ain't been doing that. I've been driving myself crazy. Not crazy, but I'm just, like, even if you don't know those people, you feel for them, because, good Lord have mercy. There's no way. I mean, It's a once in a lifetime experience, but I'm telling you, I don't. Whew, I'd be better just up. At, I've never been to the ocean, but just from the pictures that I see on the news channels and stuff, like I'm like, oh. I said I've never been in the ocean. I would love to go, but I don't know about the deep sea. I would probably get sick. I probably would get sick, and I guess until my body got used to it, I'm not really for sure. But we just have to definitely lift them up in the prayers because, unfortunately, like I was telling Rift and Rebels channel, time doesn't stand still, unfortunately. So definitely lift them up in your prayers because, the oxygen tank thingy majiggers or whatever they're called, their oxygen supply, that's what it is. Their oxygen supply only had 96 hours Sunday. And here it is almost Thursday. So, yes, definitely say a prayer. And like I said, I've saved some clips and we'll probably go over them tonight. So, but I did come across some inspirational quotes, and I always try to do that to lift everybody's spirits. Especially if I'm doing an open panel to kind of get people in the zone, if that makes sense. Not really in the zone, but just to lift their spirits. So if they do come up on panel, they're in a better, like if they're having a bad day or something like that, just to kind of lift their spirits up. So that way, if they do go on panel, they're in kind of like a better spirit or a better mood than when they first came in. They might have had a rough day or something like that. So I always try to lift everybody's spirits and support one another by you guys, by getting some quotes out there and just lifting each other up. It's not a lot of them. It's just something just to get some more people in here. So we can do our open panel, positivity, motivation, encouragement, good vibes, smiles, laughs, just whatever, just to lift each other's spirits for the midday week where it's hump day. Hello, Beachy. Good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well. Hello, Wild Angel. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing good, darling. All right, so I'm going to go over it's 30 quotes just to lift everybody's spirits before, if they want to come up on panel, you're more than welcome to. But just to lift everybody's spirits, because I know a lot of people, it's Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and people might have had a rough week, or they might have had a rough day, or just anything to lift their spirits and just getting them feeling better, like supporting them. Hello, my next two Red. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well, darling. Thank you guys so much for being in here. Make sure you guys hit that like. Thank y'all so much for being in here. All right. All right. This is 30 inspirational quotes on being yourself. I think it is very important to be yourself. And like I've told you guys before, if these people don't like you for you being yourself, don't change for somebody to like you. Because the people that really truly love you and care about you will stay because you're you and not acting like somebody else, if that makes sense. So, I just think that everybody needs to be true to their self and be their self, and the correct people will love them for who they are. Doesn't matter if they're poor, if they're weird, if they got different clothes than you. It doesn't matter. It's really truly what's on the inside that counts. That's my opinion. It's what's on the inside that counts. And just be yourself. Don't change for nobody. Be yourself through and through. If those people don't like you, screw them. You can find other people that genuinely love you and care about you. That's just my opinion, guys. Hello, Enchantment. Thank you so much for being in here, darling. Welcome. Welcome. I'm getting ready to go over some 30 inspirational quotes. Since you're new in here, darling, I go over mental health, well-being, support, motivation, encouragement, positivity. This is a positivity, good vibes channel. We don't have no negativity. We don't have no drama, which I just want to be the good in the world and support one another and lift each other up and let them know, you're not alone in this world. And it's just all good right here, honey. So welcome and thank you so much for being in here. And like I said, we're getting ready to go over some inspirational quotes on being yourself, which I love quotes because it just lifts your spirits up. Anything to make you feel a little better, to lift you up, to make you smile, to make you laugh, whatever, just to make you feel good. Make you feel good. All right, it says being yourself is a challenge in a world where conformity is the norm. You don't have to be like the majority. You can be whoever you want to be. It's your choice. Decide, envision, and act in alignment to the best version of who you want to be. May these quotes inspire you to be yourself. Hello, Criminal Meg. Good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing well, sweetheart. All right, it says number 1, be yourself. Everyone else is taken. Everyone else is taken. Number 2, be who you are, not who the world wants you to be. Like I just said, be yourself. Your life is too short. That you shouldn't act a certain way. You should just be yourself, and the correct people will come to you. And if they don't, like I said, if they don't like you for you and they don't love you for you, then you do not need them in your life. You do not, as the old saying goes, you don't need that negativity in your life. You need to stay on the positive side. You need that positivity. Number 3, don't try to impress people. Always be yourself. Always, always, always be yourself. Because like I said, don't be fake. Be true. Be real. You don't have to, just be real. Because the people that lie, and I'm not saying that, there's a lot of liars out there. I'm just saying as an example, they have to lie to cover up another lie, to cover up another lie, to cover up another lie. Why don't you just be true from the get-go and you don't have to worry about it? Be real. Be real, and you don't have to worry about it. Being real is also a form of positivity, I believe, because if you lie, that's negative traits. So that's a form of positivity, and it makes you feel good when you tell the truth. You don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, what did I say? Do I have to figure out what I told them? No, if you're real from the get-go, then you don't have to worry about it. That's just my opinion, guys. My advice. Number 4, don't change so people will like you. Be yourself, and the right people will love the real you. Like I just said a few minutes ago, guys. Number 5, let go of who you think you need to be and just be who you actually are. Number 6, don't ever compare yourself to others. You are not a copy. You are an original OG, as some people say. Craft your own individuality and sense of style and just be yourself. Number 7, just be yourself. Life is too short to be someone else. Number 8, the biggest challenge in life is to be yourself in a world that is trying to make you like everyone else. That's what I'm saying. Act. You don't have to act. You're just yourself. You don't have to act. Because the right people will come along and love you and care about you for you. You shouldn't have to act. Just be true. Number 10, don't be afraid. Just be yourself. Number 11, be yourself, but always your better self. Number 12, just be who you want to be, not what others see. Not what others want to see. I'm sorry. Not what others want to see. Number 13, when you truly don't care what anyone thinks of you, you have reached a dangerously awesome level of freedom. Number 14, be yourself. That is something you can do better than anyone else. Listen to that inner voice and bravely follow it. Number 15, just be yourself. Let the people see the real, imperfect, flawed, quirky, weird, beautiful, magical person that you are. I think that is awesome. Number 16, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Number 17, be yourself. People don't have to like you, and you don't have to care. I like that one. It's got attitude with it. Yeah. Number 18, just be you, be beautiful, and be comfortable in your own skin. And I know, a lot of people suffer with self-esteem. I myself do. I also suffer with mental health, as in a lot of people do. But it's easier. That's easier said than done. But just try your very best to be positive with yourself and love yourself. I know a lot of people are down on themselves. I'm one of them. But you just have to try your very best. That your hardest critic is yourself. So you just have to try your very, very best to try to be positive with yourself. Let's see. Number 19, by being yourself, you put something beautiful into the world that was not there before. Number 20, I've always loved the idea of not being what people expect me to be. Number 21, let yourself be yourself. Number 22, in a world where you can be anything, be yourself. Number 23, be different, be unique, be yourself. Number 24, own who you are. Let's own it, guys. Number 25, remember, it's okay to be yourself. Number 26, fearlessly be yourself. Number 27, being different isn't a bad thing. It means you're brave enough to be yourself. Number 28, being true to yourself is better than being a liar, like I just said a few minutes ago, guys. Number 29, no one is you, and that is your power. Number 30, the freedom to be yourself is a gift only you can give yourself. But once you do, no one can take it away. And that's just the little inspirational quotes to kind of lift everybody up. I am like some people call me a life coach. I don't claim to be a life coach. I just want to lift everybody up. I want to be the good in the world. There's too much freaking evil in this world. And I just want to be the good in the world. And that's what we're going to try to do. If we just help one person make a difference in one person's life, it's warmed my heart. And like I said, I suffer with mental health and it's pure hell. But if I can make a difference in somebody's life, then it helps me. It warms my heart. It makes me feel good. And in reality, I want to help you guys as much as I can. Like when I say always that I'm here for you guys, if y'all need somebody to talk to, I am wholeheartedly here for you guys. No questions asked. If y'all need somebody to talk to, you don't have to worry about it being judged or being backstabbed or saying he said, she said, because I don't deal with that shit. I have been that way my whole entire life, and I'm not going to change for nobody. I have been backstabbed. I've been hurt. I have been through hell and back, and I don't like it done to me. So I sure the hell ain't going to do it to somebody else, because it is not right. And that's you being a fake person. And I would rather be around real people than fake people. I'm just saying. You want to be around positive people to lift yourself up, to make you feel good. And in return, you're being positive to them as well, to help them feel good and to lift them up. That's what I always say in my stream, before I get off. I say, lift people up, be there for one another, and support one another, because you never know what somebody is going through. So always be kind. It doesn't matter if you've had a bad day or not. Just be kind to one another, because this world is such an evil place, guys. It is such an evil place. If we could just be kind, if we could just be kind to one another and support one another and let them know they're not alone in this world. If they suffer with mental health, we can be their support system and be there for them. If they don't, you don't have to suffer with mental health to be in here. This is just a full-blown, but like I said, we cover mental health, but it's also positivity, motivation, well-being, encouragement, awareness, support. It's all good stuff here. It's all good stuff here, guys. So I want to be, with y'all's help, because I cannot do this without you guys. I really can't. Talking to yourself is kind of boring. So with you guys' help, I appreciate everyone, you guys, the new people. Thank you guys so much for being in here. The beautiful faces. All y'all are beautiful and amazing, and y'all are strong. And trust me, you are definitely supported here. You don't have to worry about that. Hello, beautiful Mel. Good to see you, love. I hope you're doing well, darling. Enchantment said we are all unique, different, and special in our own ways. Exactly right. And that's what I'm saying. Be you. Be you. You're only you. Be yourself. and the correct people will love you. And if they don't, then that's their loss. That's their loss, because you know who you are and you're an awesome individual. And that's their loss if they can't see how awesome you are. That's my little positivity before I put up my StreamYard link. That's my little positive to lift everybody's spirits before some people come up to the panel, and we just have good time and good vibes and laughing. And like I said, if sometime tonight we will pull up the update on the submersive, because I'm kind of like following it like nonstop. I can't even I'm constantly following it because, I'm a caring person. A lot of people call me an empath, and I care deeply about everybody, even our new people I don't even know. I am just one of those caring people. And when I'm saying I'm there for you, I am wholeheartedly there for you. When I say I'm praying for you, I'm praying for you. And when I say I love you, I got much love for you. I love you. So, I'm just one of those people. I've always been like that, and I'm not going to change. I've always been like that. And that's why I have such a huge heart and always get stomped on. But, people take your weakness for kindness. Your kindness for weakness. Y'all know what I'm saying. Your kindness for a weakness. And that's not always the case. You have to be tough, but you have to still be yourself. You know what I mean? Don't put up with no shit. You don't put up with no shit at all. But you can still stand your ground and still be yourself at the same time. You know what I mean? So that's just a little bit of advice. And I'm getting ready to pull up my StreamYard link, guys. But like I said, before I go off line tonight, we will be pulling up probably a couple of videos. Or if I can't play the video, then I will read it, of the Titanic I can't even say the word. Submersible. The Titanic little mini sub. That thing. The one that looks like the little minivan. I can't never pronounce it. Submersible. Y'all know what I meant. Hello, Don't Dive. Thank you so much for being in here. Welcome, 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 everybody. Thank you guys so much. It means so much to me. Truly, it does. Thank you guys so much. So I said, if we can just make a difference in somebody's life, it means so much to me. This is all Positivity Channel. You rarely, I'm just saying, it does happen very rarely. You see some craziness, but I will not block nobody because I do not like that. But we will time people out to let them know, hey, we don't deal with that stuff here. We're grown-ass adults. We can respect each other. We can be civil with one another, and we can get along for the respect of, the creator, which is me, and the respect of the chat, which is you guys, because I consider y'all, in my house. You're in my house right now, and I'm going to protect what's in my house. I'm going to protect you guys. I'm not going to deal with no bullying, no he said, no she said. Y'all can do that on whoever's channel, but you're not going to do that here. So I'm just saying, y'all are at a great place. Like I said, very, very, very rarely does it happen, but we nip it in the bud. So just saying, welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, love from Louisiana. Thank you, honey. Well, much love to you from Virginia. Well, Bristol, Tennessee / Bristol, Virginia, but I live on the Virginia side. Well, much love to you too, darling. Thank you so much for being in here. All right, so let me post my StreamYard link up here, guys. All right, there's my StreamYard link, and we're going to have an open panel. But like I said, I will go over because I'm kind of following that submersible. So y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm covering. I'm just kind of like staring at my phone. I'm like, is there an update? Is there an update of the Titanic? So I will definitely be covering some kind of video or something before I get off here, because I'm kind of hooked now. Daggone it. I just can't help it. Plus, it's kind of it's not history, but it's in a way a part of history because it's going to the Titanic. So what if they're stuck on the Titanic? Nobody knows because they're 13,000 feet below sea level. Good Lord, have mercy. That just makes my anxiety crazy. Hello, Gone Girl. How are you doing, darling?
Good. How are you doing, Rebecca?
Good.
Good.
Let me turn you up on my, because I don't have my ear. I don't have, so I have to turn you up on my speaker. Hold on.
Are you doing good, honey, tonight?
Yes, I'm doing. Oh, you enchantment. You live in Kingsport. You didn't go to? I mean, I ain't trying to be nosy, but did you go to? You didn't go. Did you go to Summer Wells's vigil, honey? Because I was there and Rebel was there. Yeah, if you live in Kingsport, I live. If you know where Bristol is, I'm right on the line. I'm on the Virginia side, Twin Cities. I live on the Virginia side. So welcome, welcome.
I actually
Well,
was in a submarine.
I can't pronounce it. Submersive or
Submersible.
yeah, that thing. The little minivan that's 13,000 feet below sea level, or that's what they're stating. They're not 100% sure.
Yeah,
So
I went to Maine one year. We were going in Connecticut, and in Maine, they had a submarine that the tourists could go down in. I'm telling you, I would not last 2 hours in one. It's so claustrophobic.
I
Everything
can't
is
do it.
tiny, tiny. It was scary. And thinking that if I was probably not that far down in the water, I don't understand. I pray for those people because they weren't planning on spending the night, let alone days down there. But I don't understand how we can't rescue them. You know, I don't know. We have all these things we can do in a war. Put missiles down under the ocean, test the missiles under the ocean. I don't understand why we can't just go down and find them and get them back alive.
Absolutely, honey. Sorry, Trini was showing me something, but yeah, I'm telling you, it's crazy because I'm telling you, honey, I have checked for that update all day long, all
Oh,
day.
they're not.
Okay.
Apparently, they're not updating until tomorrow morning,
Well, no,
unless
like what I've seen,
like
I
press
mean,
conference.
what I've heard about it. Trini says hello. Okay, go to bed, Trini. You got school tomorrow. Um, they said by 7 o'clock in the morning, or 7:08, seven oh
Yeah.
six, something like that, Eastern time in the morning is when they're thinking the oxygen will,
Yes.
the 96 hours of oxygen will deplete.
To be honest, it's so scary because, as I said, I was in one, but we weren't deep in the ocean. I could barely breathe in that submarine, and it wasn't even in the ocean floor. Like,
I can
it's so
imagine.
condensed. It's literally like dropping your body into a tin can and put the lid on. That's literally how it feels in there. And everything's tiny, even where you have to sleep in this little slot thing that you got to lay perfectly flat to fit in. It's like having shelves on a wall. They have a little kitchen,
It's
and that, but
crazy.
they were only going down for a few hours. They were never supposed to be.
Mm-mm.
I don't think it's good, honey. I you
And they
got okay.
lost
My
yeah,
opinion is when you breathe normal air, right? Back and forth. These are panicking people. That air supply is not going to last the
that's
length of
why they're
time they
banking. That's why they're banging, and it just blows my mind. I mean, it's just like mind blown. Okay, like what I've read over today, I'm like, y'all have got to be kidding me. They are researching what the noise is. Why are you researching it? If it's,
just
I
go
mean,
find it. I
I'm just
know.
saying, like, okay, if it's in the vicinity where you think that is where y'all
Go
dropped
down
it off
there.
at, get to looking. Don't go researching because you're wasting time.
Time, absolutely.
Idiots. I
And
mean, that's just my opinion.
but the thing is, Rebecca, when we're in a war with other countries, and even when we're not in a war, they literally test missiles at the ocean floor. They say that's why we get so many earthquakes that we never used to get because they're using the missiles underground to see how far they go. You can't tell me they don't have something that go down there and find this this.
Well, I
thing.
mean, I know because you're in Canada, so I know they got people from Canada.
Yeah.
They got something that's flying over. I think it might already been there. That's like a special something that can go like 30,000 feet or something in the water from France or something like that. And they're trying to hurry up. But I don't know if it came or not. But they're
Not
they're
in the
pressed for
last-
time.
Uh,
They're pressed for time.
My heart is splits in two. That would not be the way I want to go in life, like
Oh,
to be
no.
my ending. It's so sad, and they have that one young person. I think he's 19, or no, I think they said he was 20, 22 or 23-year-old. The son, the father and son, that are down there. I think they're from the Philippines. But no, it's heartbreaking. It's I don't know. I don't know. I would.
Criminal man, why are you exiting? You better not be leaving. She said, I can exit and you all can be Southern, no problem. Girl,
What?
you better not be leaving. Girl, I get you. I'm just saying, like, I can't. And I pulled up pictures and they're like shrunk. They're like from like, okay, I'm sitting in a chair. Okay, so they're sitting, like I'm sitting on the chair. So my back is towards the wall of it. And their feet are this way, or they're sitting Indian style. Like, how could you be comfortable? Like, you can't stand up in it because it's I can't.
But then again, there is miracles, because remember when the sports team, and I think it was in the Philippines or someplace like that, the sports team, the young kids, they took them cave diving and they all got stuck in the cave. They were supposed to die and they got rescued. It took a long time, but it took days and days that they went to rescue them, but they did get rescued. So maybe God will be good and this will be another miracle. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. We can only have hope and we can
It was
only
a
pray.
soccer
That's all we can really do. You know what I mean? That's all we can do. Just hope and pray, But it's scary because it's like, okay, they're banging for a reason to let you know, hey, we're down here. Look for us. We're deep in the water. Just whatever you got to do, get it done. I mean,
and then the worst thing is, too, do you know that they cannot get out of that submarine? They're bolted in.
Mm-hmm.
That floored me when I found that out.
Yeah.
That they are bolted in.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. It's scary. Like, it's like, wow. I mean, they couldn't even knock out the wall. And I mean, that granted, if they're 13,000 feet below, if they're at the floor, that would be they would be worn out. They would probably be drowned before they got up. I mean, I'm just being real.
No, that's true.
I'm just being real because that's 13,000 feet of water, and they're probably worn out.
And not only
wouldn't
they have a heart attack, Rebecca? Wouldn't they have a heart attack?
I don't know, because you got to think
submerged so deep that the pressure of the water.
You would think, yeah, because they said at the bottom of the ocean is freezing water. Freezing temperatures.
30 degrees, they said.
So if they're at the bottom of the ocean, they wasn't prepared for freezing temperatures. They might have been prepared for like a little jacket or something, but not freezing temperatures. I mean, but the good thing about it being small, if it is cold, they can use their body heat. That helps a lot.
That
does help. I mean, I'm just saying it's there ain't no way in my anxiety's like there's no way now I can go to the I mean, I haven't been to the tanning bed in ages, but I'm just saying a tanning bed is still open. That is completely closed. A MRI machine is still kind of opened, but that is completely submerged.
When I go for an MRI or a CAT scan after my accident, oh my God, and I was just in a tube. It really was nothing. And I was freaking out because I didn't like to be enclosed like that.
Yeah, and Don't Dive said, so say it costs $250,000 to go on it. Like, hell no, I'll watch it on TV or YouTube.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a lot of freaking money, guys. I mean, and you got to think there's 3 or 4 passengers paid, and then you got the CEO, which is over the Ocean Gate, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
The Titan, the little minivan thing. I'm not real tech savvy, guys, but he's the main. I guess he's the crew leader, and then you got 4 crews. I don't know if all 4 of them paid the 250,000, but that if they did, that's $1 million just to go down and see the Titanic and come back up. But now you're risking your life.
Yeah.
You're risking your life, and now look. I mean, we can only hope and pray, guys. We can only hope and pray.
Well, I know I wouldn't be volunteering to go down anywhere
Well, just
in a
like Riff
sardine
said,
can.
well,
It's like
Riff, you've been in the ocean, ain't you, Riff? So you know a lot about the waters and stuff like that, Riff. He said,
I fell off a cruise boat.
"Oh,
My brother and I fell off a cruise boat, but they were so good. By the time we went down in the water, they yanked us back up so quickly. It was because my mom said they probably saw us because we were swinging on the bar thing around the deck. We were
right."
sitting on it, and we slid through. But so the ocean is a big, vast place. It's a scary place.
Well,
It's
see,
beautiful.
I think, oh yeah, it's pretty, but I'm just like, oh, because when you're sitting there looking at it, you're like, I've never been, so I'm like, you're like way in with the water. I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. But Rift, he's a big water. He's the water man, or that's what I nicknamed your Rift. He's the water man in the family, in the angel family over here. And he said it's the size of your queen size bed to sit on. They are not talking. They are taking turns knocking, and you breathe less when you sleep. Well, that's what I'm saying. Why in the world do they have to research what it is? Just go see about it at least.
Yeah, go check it out. It might be them.
I mean, that could have saved some time, but right, I mean, when I've looked over, they're researching it. Why are you researching the noise? They got to research the noise to see if it is the submersive. If you hear noise in that area, then
Go to that
figure out
area.
a way to I mean, I don't know how you're going to, but figure out a way to try to get down there. I mean, don't send people down there unless, I mean, that could be really dangerous.
Yeah, but they've got some real bad.
They have those like, what do you call it? Those camera looking things with the arms that can move junk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Send one of them things down and see if you can see it. I mean,
yeah, they must have a water drone of some kind.
I'm telling you, but the one that's coming from France, I don't know if it's already there or not, but like I said, I've been reading. Oh Lord, I've been reading up on it. But the one that's coming from France says that it's got big old arms and it can like move stuff out of the way if it is attached to the Titanic, like up on the sternum or whatever it's called. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. But it says it has big old arms so it can actually physically, like, whoever's working it up top can like grab stuff and move it.
Yeah, like a robotic thing.
Right. And it's got arms. It's not, there's not a person behind, a person's up above. You know what I mean? So I'm like, well, if that was the case, why didn't they do that? Why didn't they take something to that effect when they heard the banging? They heard the banging last night and they've heard it today. So, okay, that's not a coincidence, guys. That's 2 days in a row. Then get on it. They're trying to tell you, hey, we're here. Hello, we're here. Yeah. And they said they don't know if it's a banging or if it's something else. But they're just like,
they should check
they can't figure it out.
Personal.
At first they said, well, there's so much debris down there, which I'm sure there is, but there's so much debris they don't know if it's debris making the noise
from the Titanic,
or if it's the submersive. I'm like, okay, well, I'm just saying, if you hear a noise,
I would err on the side of caution and go down.
Just, it doesn't hurt to go check it out. I mean, geez, you're wasting precious time going to research what the noise is. I mean, Lord, you know what I mean? Good Lord, have mercy. It's crazy. I'm like, wow, it blows. It just like, wow. I mean, I know they have to do this, this, and this, and this, but they keep on talking about the noise. It's happened for 2 days in a row. Go check it out. Go check it out and try to save their lives. Jeez, it's actually a search and rescue now, not just a like search and find it because they was okay. They had plenty of oxygen. Now it's a search and rescue. Because
honestly, they may not be there by the time they find them. It's sad to say, but common sense. They're really up to the wire right now. Only God can intervene really at this point.
Absolutely. And they said, since if by chance they are at the bottom of the ocean, it takes close to 2 hours to come back to the top.
Yes. And that's the added 2 hours of oxygen that they're not factoring in. They're factoring in how much air they have while they're down there. They're not, I don't think they're factoring in the 2 hours to get back up.
Because I don't think there's, I mean, it's not like you got 50-foot hands that could just go down there and swoop you up and put, I mean, you know what I mean? I'm just being realistic. There's, I mean, not that I know of. There might be, but I mean, I wouldn't think so. There's not like 50-foot hands that just scoop you up and just push you up and say, okay, there they are. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being realistic here. You know, I'm just saying. I mean, well, that's all we can do is just pray. That's all we can do is just pray. But they're saying, I mean, because of the levels, because at the bottom of the ocean is freezing, of course, and it's very dark, and there's no light that hits it. There's no weather that hits it. It's just kind of, I hate to say this word, but it's kind of dead in a way.
Yeah.
It's just bland. It's just, you got the Titanic sitting there, and I'm sure the debris, but it's just bland. So I'm sure, I'm hoping, we can only hope that they at least still have lights. I have no idea how that works. Rick, do you know anything about submersives? I have no idea. I'm kind of,
honey, I gotta jump down. I'm not feeling so good, but I'll be watching you.
You're fine, honey. I love you. Thank you for coming up here, darling.
Oh, anytime, sweetheart. It's just I don't feel so good. Love you.
Get better. Love you. Yes, he said they still hear that knockout. So that's what I'm saying. Rick, you get what I'm saying, brother. Why haven't they? Because you're the water dude. You're the water guy in here. You're our water brother. So I mean, like, have you ever had to deal with anything? I mean, not really anything like this, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, you've been. I mean, of course, you've been to the ocean. I'm sure. Have you? You've never been in that deep of water before, have you? It's not being seen on sonar. Sorry, most likely stuck in propeller area. No one has what you need for that depth that is out there. France closest at this point that this depth is not easily detained. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be funny about it, but there's not no like arms that are like 50 foot wide and just kind of give you a little boost up. And they're like, okay, well, there he is. Let's go get it. But then I come across it and I was like, because I mean, you see it and you hear so much stuff, guys. But they said something about that they come across a something floating on the water that was white. Okay, like, but they didn't say they didn't say nothing else about it. Okay, if there was something, all right, honey, you're fine, Erica Shell. I hope you're doing well, darling. But I'm just saying, if it's stuck, it's not dark, but things still work on the sub. Okay, well, I didn't know because I know you go. I didn't know if you went and dive, if you actually went diving in the ocean or not. I didn't know exactly. I'm just saying, it's just scary. It is scary, guys. I just feel for them. I mean, we can only pray that they get found safely, but that's what I'm saying. The banging, I mean, we just kind of made this an open panel talking about this for right now, but I'm just saying the banging, because it's just fresh in my head. But the banging has to mean something. It happened for 2 days in a row, and they keep on saying they're not really for sure what it is. Well, if it's the same noise, they're trying to tell you guys something. Like, listen. But the thing about it is, okay, I think this is if by chance they found them with one of those like camera things that go down deep in the ocean that they can actually see the Titanic or whatever, how are they going to get them up? how are they going to get them up in time? I don't think, I myself don't think that they're going to get them up in time, but I'm hoping that they conserve their breathing enough that hopefully they might be weak kittens and I'm sure they'll be hospitalized, but hopefully they'll have enough life in them to, be able to live. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they might be weak kittens, but if they can save them in enough time, I mean, they might be, just barely moving. But if they can save them in enough time, then they can slap on that oxygen and that'll help them and then put them in the hospital, warm them up and, whatever they got to do. I'm just saying, just anything. It's scary. It's scary, guys. It scares me. It gives me a massive anxiety, but I can't help but not watch it. Like, are they going to be found? Like, a lot of people I'm sure I'm not the only one. Are they going to be found? Like, is there been any update other than the noises? Is there something deep enough to go in there and see if they see it, to kind of give it a little nudge? But even if you give it a little nudge, will it come up on its own? I mean, I don't know. They said it's not like a regular submarine. It actually has to have the mothership in order to, let it go and then bring it back up. Like, it could pop up, but I'm saying, like, it's not like a regular sub. It has to, it can't, like, it has that little, oh Lord, I can't even talk. It has that little remote control, like a video game. And it turns, and you can turn it this way and you can turn it this way. You know what I mean? You can turn it, but there's no like up button. There's not like you could pop out floaties and just raise yourself up. I think it does on its own. I think you have to have like help. I think it has like a string or something, or I don't know exactly how that works, because I've seen pictures and it looks like the submersive has like a cord attached to it. Like, I guess that's attached to the mothership. Now, does that cord let loose, or is it still attached to it? So is that what they're talking about, was disconnected, and that's why they can't find it? Because I know submarines are different than submersives. I'm learning about submersives. I didn't even know anything about submersives until this. But I've seen pictures, and like I said, it's just kind of sitting there chilling, but then it has the, let me see if I can pull a picture, and that way y'all know what I'm talking about. Hold on a minute. Let me see. And I'll show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. That way I won't sound like a crazy person. All right, here. Okay. All right. Hold on just a minute, D. I see you, darling. Hold on just a second. Let me pull this up real fast. Okay, guys. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to pull you up, D. Okay, do you see right here? I'm not, like, I don't know how you, but it's not the best picture. I can't get, but like, if you see this like string, is it still attached to it, or whatever that is? Does it stay attached to it? Is that what they're talking about? That got detached? This thing right here? That little like line thing? You know what I'm talking about? Like this thing right here. I don't know if y'all could see it. I'm not. Well, hold on. Because then, like, it seems like in every one of these pictures, maybe I could see a little bit better. Okay, this thing right here, where my mouse is, does that stay attached to it, or does it detach itself? Or is that what they're talking about, that they lost communication from that? Or is that just a rope? You know what I mean? But that's the thing. That's it right there. That's missing in the ocean, guys. It's tiny. They say it's the size of a minivan. It's a little itty bitty. But where is I'm just curious, is the oxygen tanks on the inside, or is the oxygen tanks on the outside? Because if the oxygen tanks are on the outside, and by chance they did hit something, which I'm just, like I said, I'm just I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. I'm just thinking out of the box. If by chance they did hit something, let's just say they didn't knock one of them tanks off if it's on the outside. I'm just saying, because you can all, I mean, like it's scary just to think about all that. It's scary, but it, like I said, hey Dee's, good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well, darling. But like I said, it's a scary thought. It's a very scary thought. It's a very scary thought. But that's what I was wondering, if that was just a rope to kind of help them kind of ease them down, or if it stays attached to it. Like if it's 30 foot long or whatever, and it stays attached to them and they got detached from it. Is that what they're talking about? Or I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but it's a little itty bitty antenna right there. Is that what they're talking about? I don't really know. I'm not real tech savvy when it comes to this stuff. I'm just saying, it's interesting, but it's also sad. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know anything like this ever existed per se. You know what I'm saying? Well, that looks like probably an older one, but it looks like an antenna's right here. Okay, but that's what I'm saying. If you look at the bottom of it right here, like I'm just saying, where is the oxygen tanks? Is it inside? Is it in the walls? You would think oxygen tanks. Okay. I'm just saying oxygen tanks. Like, okay, let's see if I could see the picture, guys. Hey D, I'm just rambling. Okay. Hold on 1 minute. Let me see if I can find the picture. Okay, kind of like this. I don't know if this is part of it, but I'm just saying as an example. Okay, is these things beside it? Okay. I mean, I don't know if this is it or not. It might be. It says Titan submersible. So I don't know if that's it or not. But aren't these white things beside it oxygen tanks? Or what are those? And you see, like, I'm sure this is not the exact one, but it's just a picture. But do you see this red cord? You got to look kind of close. That red cord, and it's probably to the back of it. Is that what they're saying, kind of detached? See that red cord back there? It's right in here where my mouse is showing. Like it's like, okay, here we go. All right. It released itself. Okay. There's 4 tanks right there. 4 tanks, guys. 4. Where does this part go? Okay. These, I bet you, are the oxygen tanks. So if it's moved, I'm just saying, guys, if it's moved and these are the oxygen tanks, how does these oxygen tanks get to this? Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say? If by chance that is the oxygen tanks, because if they said up to 4 days. Okay, if you look 1, 2, 3, 4, it looks like oxygen tanks. I don't know. But okay, you see this thing in Majigger. Okay, thanks, Rev, because I don't know nothing about nothing when it comes to the ocean, nothing about boats, nothing like that. I'm just saying. Okay, so where does this dot go? Does it float back up to the ship, the mothership, or does it stay in the ocean and wait for this? Because it would just float down to the bottom of the ocean, wouldn't it? That's what I'm saying. That little bitty thing that looks like a minivan. Where's the 4 days of oxygen tanks? Is it on top? But where's the tanks? Like, if you're just looking at it, you can't, unless the whole damn thing is a tank. I'm not really for sure. I'm just saying, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not tech savvy when it comes to stuff. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Where is the 4 days of oxygen tanks in this little itty bitty thing that from the picture, it looks smaller than a minivan. if I can get my mouse to work. Okay, here's another picture with it sitting on there. See, to me, those look like oxygen tanks, guys, or some kind of tank. It doesn't look like a float. I mean, like a what do you call it? A thing, a level tank. Is that what you call it? Huh. Well, I mean, I'm learning, guys. I'm just curious. Okay, so it stays in the ocean. Was it just float there? It floats until the submersive comes back to it. How will it know to come back to it? It's just a lot of questions. Like I said, it's very interesting, but it's also, I feel for them. I'm honestly scared for them. Honestly, I'm honestly scared. See, they got all kinds of stuff. I mean, if you just look at these pictures, they got all kinds of stuff that can go in the ocean. I don't know how deep they can go, but I mean, they can go in the ocean. Look at all this stuff. But you know what I'm talking about? If y'all have watched the Titanic movie that has y'all know what I'm talking about. That has DiCaprio in it. I'm bad on names, guys. But if you look, it actually shows the real Titanic in the water, and they're taking these arms, and the people that are up above in the ship are moving it with a controller, and it's taking these arms and moving stuff out of the way and kind of like picking it up and putting it over here. Like, why couldn't they take something like that down there with their camera or videotape or whatever, and just by chance just kind of take a peek and see and go around the Titanic and see by chance if it's there? I mean, I'm just saying, they are 13,000 feet in the ocean if they are there at the Titanic site. 13,000 feet or 12,500. I've heard two different things. I don't know if it's 13,000 feet or if it's 12,500 feet where the Titanic is. I've heard two different ones. I have no idea. But I'm just saying, they're in some massive deep. It says like two and a half miles from the surface to the bottom of the ocean. 2.5 miles or 2.4 miles or something like that. It's over 2 miles. Yeah, 2.4 miles deep to the surface, to the bottom of the ocean where the Titanic is. Well, see, guys, I'm just curious. I mean, like I said, I think out of the box. I'm just one of those people, and y'all just have to, because that's just me. Where in the hell is the oxygen at? Like I said, is it when they put it together? Did they automatically, like, you have to have a tank to have oxygen? You can't just automatically have oxygen under that deep of water. No, ma'am, they can't, honey, because they are bolted from in. They cannot get out. They have to be unbolted from the outside in order to get out. They're completely bolted shut in. And the only light they have, I mean, not light, but like window, is the one right here in front. And I think there's a little itty bitty window up here. I don't know if it's open or not, or if it's just something they just crawl down in. I don't know if it's clear where you can see. I'm not really for sure. But I guess they crawl into it up here. And then they look and take pictures out this one. So this is really the only window they have right here. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Like, Nope, I'm good. Nope, I'm good. What's up, D? I'm just rambling you, and you're just sitting up there chilling. Sorry.
You fine.
But do you see what I'm talking about? Like, I'm like, where in the hell is the oxygen tank?
It's a transition there.
Where is the oxygen? I don't know. I don't know.
I was looking at the picture of how deep it is from like the top, from the bottom. You should go look at it. It's pretty kind of wild.
I might throw up.
No, it's, how the level, like the actual, like the levels, like it starts up from the top and then it goes down like to 500 to 200 and all. You know what I mean? Like it'll,
Right.
yeah, it's kind of wild.
But I mean, it's just crazy. Like, why can't they take something like this? Okay, something like this, whatever that is, and just kind of go looking. You know, I mean, look at it. I don't even know what that is, because Rift is the water man, so maybe he can tell me what this is. But I'm just saying, it looks like. I mean, just looking at the picture, I don't even know if that's real or not. But I'm just saying, looking at the picture, why couldn't they take something like that? It looks like it's attached to a crane, and just kind of look. I mean, I mean, something like that is what I meant. Just kind of look. It doesn't hurt to look. You never know until you try. That's what I'm saying with the banging and all that stuff. Instead of going researching what the hell the freaking noise is, go look or try your best to do something. Take one of those doohickey things down, like I said, and so you don't put nobody else's self in danger. Leave them up top on the surface and take one of those camera things down that has the arms and move it all the way around the Titanic and kind of in that area and see if you can find it. I mean, you're hearing the noises. Do something about it, or at least try. Lord, I mean, good Lord, be on the positive side of things. Don't just, well, let me go research what this noise is, and then you're losing precious time while they're in there. I'm just saying. I mean, scary. It's scary. But I guess they get by. I don't guess they come. I mean, I seen a picture. Hold on. Let me stop this for a minute. See if I can pull it up. I seen a picture how they got in it. If I could pull it up. Hold on a minute. I was trying to find it. Let me see, guys. It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, I guess this is how they get into it. I guess it's not the best picture, but I'm just saying. Excuse me. Okay, so I mean, by looking at this picture that I'm getting ready to share, that's how they get into the top of it. So I guess it is a little itty bitty window, but that's how they get sealed shut. And by the propeller broken area. Well, I'm just saying, because scientists can go down there and look at the wreckage with a camera, but they can't take a camera down there and look at a submarine or see if they can see anything that pertains to that. I'm just saying, Oh, yes. That's what they're saying. They said it was a search and rescue, not just a search to try to find the submersive, but actually rescue the people that are actually in it now. A couple days ago, it was just a search to find it. Now it's a search and rescue. And I was trying to find a picture of it going in the water. Hold on a minute, guys. This is a picture of it going in the water. I don't know if y'all could see it. Like I said, I don't know how you zoom in all this stuff. But this is a picture of it going into the, I guess getting ready to get dropped into the water, or however. I don't know how that works. Like I said, I have no idea. I'm new to all this stuff. Maybe it's right here. I'm not really for sure. There's so much. I mean, like I said, there's so much pictures of it. Hey, Mind of Monsters, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being in here. Hello, Miss Ann. Hello, Weezy. How are y'all doing? How are you doing, honey?
I'm all right.
Now, Weezy.
Yeah, he's
He ain't paying no attention.
no, he's trying to get to
Oh,
me as usual. Get back.
Wheezy. Wheezy.
Of course, you know I'm at home doing my treatment.
Yeah, you just got that sucker, what was it, yesterday?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Peachy.
He's trying to get up here near it and have to watch that.
Are you feeling okay this go round?
Yeah, this one here's got me pretty tired and it's got my taste buds changed a little bit.
So it's a little bit different because it's more, I don't know what you call it, like your body, like, because you're getting more of your medicine, you know what I mean, that you need. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So your body's getting it kind of adjusted, and it don't really like it much. You know, it's draining you.
Yeah, it is. It's draining me. I've been sleeping off and on all day, and yeah, like I said, the taste buds are off the.
Did you
end
drive
there.
yourself to go get it done, honey?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did you this time? Because I know last time they went, somebody went with you, I believe, didn't they?
The first time I went, yeah, my friend Miss Gloria took me because we didn't know what we were looking at.
Right.
And he did say, I can drive myself. So yesterday I drove myself. My sister came and sat with me, and we played cards and just chit chat and all.
Yeah.
And
Sub-Zero's asking if you have a sore throat, honey.
No, the throat is cleared up. The throat's
That's
cleared
good.
up.
Because you had a sore throat for a while. Lord have mercy.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's just I'm tired. This treatment is taking me down a little bit, making me tired. I've been sleeping off and on all day and night.
Now, they're not talking about radiation. You're just doing the chemo right now, right?
Right. The radiation will be at 3 months, so I guess around August, September. And tomorrow is a big day where, I go and get the pump taken off, get all this taken off.
Yeah.
And then see my doctor and go over the PET scan results from last Wednesday.
Right.
And that is going to tell us either, yes, I do have liver cancer, or no, I do not. So we definitely know 100% I got rectum colon cancer. We do know
because
that.
when I was telling my that lady to lift you up in prayers, I was like, I'm hoping I'm saying it correctly. I couldn't remember because I know that one they was testing you for, and I was like, I'm hoping I'm saying the right one. I know Miss Ann will tell me if I'm saying the wrong one, but I was like, I thought it was colon. I think it was colon cancer. I thought that's what I said.
Yeah. It's rectum colon cancer, and there's a tumor there. And, they did get the biopsy of the tumor during the colonoscopy, and it came back confirmed, yes, cancer.
Now, are they talking about, they're going to do your treatments first and then try to shrink it? Is that what they're trying to do? They're trying to shrink it with your treatment?
These treatments are supposed to be shrinking it, and then the radiation will too. But I'm sure they're probably going to do a scan in about a month or so. I don't know.
Right.
He'll tell me everything tomorrow. He usually
Just to
just
see if
tells
it's kind
me.
of shrunk a little.
Right. And
Yeah.
as soon as it shrinks to their liking, they're going to go in and do surgery and remove it. So, everything's up there. I got to wait and listen to him and do what he wants. And
now you've been staying out of the sun. Have you you haven't sent me a picture of your umbrella. Have you done that yet?
I didn't do it when I jumped on the mower, Saturday? Yeah. I didn't do it.
I said, girl, you got to send me a picture. Rebel and have a hoot out of that one. She's
Yeah,
going to rip off her front porch umbrella and attach it to her lawnmower.
We've been having so much rain.
Oh, I know. And it's
And it
cold.
just
It's
drops.
cool here. It's
Yeah.
cool and windy. It's cool.
So Saturday when I got out there and put the gas in the mower, I said, I'm not going to play with this umbrella. I'm just going to put my hat on and get out there and get it cut real quick because this rain, it'd be sun shining out there, and 5 minutes later, the clouds come up and here comes the rain. So, matter of
Absolutely.
fact, about an hour after I got off the mower, it started raining.
That's what I'm saying. The South, Mother Nature is bipolar. You don't never know what it's going to do.
Kidding.
Ever, never. Like it's beautiful, and 5 seconds later, here comes a storm. I'm like, Lord, have mercy. And then here comes the heat, and here comes the cold, and then heaven forbid you say the S word. Oh Lord.
Last night I was up kind of late, and well, it's because I was taking too many naps yesterday evening. But anyway, I was up late, and I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, it had already been drizzling out there, and a good hard rain came. So then it started drizzling again. Of course, it was thunder and lightning, and I was sitting here. And all of a sudden, the thunder and lightning struck very close by. I came up out of this chair.
Oh my
The
goodness.
dogs went up under my desk here, and they were on top of each other, trying to, because it scared them. And then a few minutes later, another big, huge one hit close by. It caused my power to go off.
Oh
And,
Lord.
yeah, it went off for just a minute or two.
But still, enough to startle your youngins, your fur babies. That's what I call them. They might as well be your youngins. They drive you crazy like your youngins.
Yeah, these dogs were. Well, dogs have the best sense of smell and the best hearing, and their sense of hearing is a heck of a lot stronger and better than ours, and their
Right.
smell too, of course.
Oh yeah.
So they let me know when somebody's around here. They hear them before I hear them, and they go to barking. So
I've heard them before, and they go ballistic. I'm telling you.
they do. They
They're
do.
little whippersnappers, which most of them are Chihuahuas, ain't they?
Yeah. Well, I got one Chihuahua and 2 Shih Tzus, and then I don't know what Wheezy is. I call him Heinz 57.
Well, he's kind of like our dog, Trendy's
Yeah.
dog. So he just got the big ears,
Yeah, he's a cutie now. He's a mess.
but he's still your baby, like you said. You went the other mommy, just forget it. He's your baby. As much as he's attached to you, there ain't no way he'd probably growl at the other person.
Yeah, he follows me everywhere now. I'm not kidding. He is.
Well, you said he's the man of the house too, ain't he?
Yeah,
So
and
he's
he
really
sure
gonna.
he don't like any men that come over. I had one of my lady friends and her husband come over, and he had shorts on, and I said, "You better watch out because he'll come up and nibble at your legs. He don't like men, but if you got long pants on, he won't bother you."
Right.
For some reason, he does not like men. And so me and her were sitting here watching him and wondering if he was going to snap at her husband. But he was good. He really behaved himself. I think he's starting to warm up to, when some of my married friends come over.
Right.
He warms up to them. So it's kind of funny, at first. But I always say, I hope he don't bite nobody.
Right.
But he
You're like, oh,
never
Lord.
has. And he's just here to protect me. He is so.
Look at him. Oh,
Yeah.
Weezy.
He's angry because he can't get to me.
He's a loving thing. You can tell he's the lovey-dovey thing.
Yeah,
He's the lovey.
see
He's
how
like
he does?
mama.
He puts his legs up there.
Oh. Yeah, you're like,
Well,
oh, don't.
He don't understand what all this is that's hooked up to me, and he's trying to get close to it, and
Oh, he's so
we
sweet,
can't
though.
have that.
He's a sweet boy. He's a
I
sweet
have
boy.
to
Hi,
hold him
Weezy.
back. I'm not choking him or hurting him. I'm just trying to keep him pushed back.
Oh, I
See,
know you ain't gonna
he's
hurt him,
sniffing at the
honey.
pump now.
I know you ain't gonna hurt him. That
Oh,
thing
wait.
hasn't beeped on you yet, has it? So it ain't done yet, is it?
It won't beep until tomorrow morning about 11. And or
Here he comes
11:30.
back. He don't give up.
He won't. He wants to know what this is, and all this mess hooked up
It's
to
it's
him.
it's Mama's boss right now for a couple days.
Yeah, that's the boss. He
The
don't
boss
like
is
that.
she already is aggravated with. Just wants to
I
swing
am.
it.
Yeah, it got tangled up yesterday in my clothes,
Oh
and
Lord.
it pulled up here. And when it pulled up here, it kind of hurt a little bit. Well,
Yeah,
it
because
got
it's
my attention.
they have a needle. It's attached to your skin, right?
I don't know. I don't.
Hold on, let me
You see
see.
the tape. I don't know what it is. It's the tube
It looks
is.
a little bit different than last time, honey. They taped it
does.
differently or something. It does look a little bit different than last time. I don't know what they did different, but it looks a little different.
I don't
Not
either.
really for sure.
I don't know where that goes.
Be careful because those little IV lines are thin as paper. I mean, they're real thin.
They
You know.
are.
It's crazy.
But
And a
this
little
one up
nick
top
or
is.
anything.
This one is real thin. This one here at the bottom going to the pump is a little thicker.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. It looks different than last time you did. I think they had it more taped or something. I don't know.
Probably.
Something was a little bit different on it.
It's aggravating trying to sleep with this pump right there in this tube because I keep worrying that I'm going to disconnect something.
Take care, Riff. Thank you so much for coming in here, brother. Thank you. It's not a needle, it's a tiny plastic tube. That's what they okay, so it's kind of like it's an IV, but they take the needle out and it's the tube.
See,
like
I don't look
an
at
IV in an
needles.
arm, but it's right here. Is that what that is?
Okay,
DZ.
thank you, DZ. Yeah, I don't look at needles. I turn my head. So I don't know what they were putting in there. No, I just turn my head. I don't want to see. And when she pulled it out last week, I was like, boy, you got my attention, didn't you? And because it does hurt a little bit, it stings.
Is it kind of like when they pull out an IV needle if you're in the hospital,
Yeah.
it kind of burns but yours is more intensive because it's what are those called?
A tube.
What is that? A port, right? It's a port.
Yeah, the port's inside my chest.
But your neck's better, right? Where they
did it? That was the jugular.
Right. It's good though.
Yeah, all that's good. It's all hooked up in there somehow, some way. I don't know.
Have you tried to get up and then you accidentally forgot to leave your bag, grab your bag?
I did yesterday. I was sitting here. No, I was on the couch. I was sleeping. And I went to get up and, get up for my nap. And I forgot. And I walked, step out about 3 or 4 steps. And when I did, it pulled right here. And I said, oh, well, you got my attention.
It's like, well, maybe I need to grab my little balls. Come here.
Yeah, I had to grab it. Lay down, boy.
No. Oh. He's like, Mama, I love you. Oh.
He's a trip now.
He's so sweet, though. He's always by your side.
See?
I see him. Every time you're coming up on panel, he's always by your side. You'll see the other ones, but you see more him.
Yeah, he's a trip now.
I know.
Wagging that tail, trying to give me kisses because he wants to know what's going on here, what's all hooked up to me.
Have you been getting sick a lot or anything like that? Nausea or anything? Knock on wood.
No, you know what they told me yesterday? I said, oh man, I forgot to bring my prescription for the nausea and take that pill.
Right.
And she said, you don't have to do that because she said this bag right here It's the antivirus, not virus, nausea
Right.
medicine. And they give that whole bag to me first.
Oh, okay.
And when that's empty, they start my chemo drip.
Because
And,
it's so
I'm
strong. Right.
there for 4 hours. But I don't feel nothing or anything. And then when she gets done with that bag of chemo drip, then she hooks the pump up to me. Said, okay, see you next time. I'm like, okay, cool. So
You're like, all right.
they go in the port before they do anything and draw my blood because your platelets, red blood cells, and white blood cells have to be certain number
Right.
before they can give you the treatment. And
Right.
everything was normal. Everything was great yesterday. She brought me the piece of paper and showed it to me, what all the numbers were. And it's got a little thing there that explains to you the numbers and stuff. So they hooked me up and started the anti-nausea medicine, and then they done the chemo, and then 4 hours later I left with the pump. Go back tomorrow. I don't even go sit down. She just meets me in the hallway and takes it out.
She said,
And
I'll
says,
see
all
you.
right, go on over there to room number 2. Dr. Lewis is waiting on you.
What is it? You get it, what, twice a month? Is that what you get? Twice a
Every
month?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Every 2 weeks. But see, the next one is due on July the 4th, and they're not going to be open. So
Right.
I don't know how they'll probably skip that week and go the following week. Because he's
Right.
only in the office on Thursdays there at that office. I mean, they got 3 or 4 offices.
Right.
So I would probably skip that week and then go. Because they did tell me that I have to have 12 cycles, 12 treatments. This one is number 2.
Right.
So I got 10 left, and they said I should be done right around Christmas. So I'm guessing holidays, stuff like that. When I'm due, we'll have to skip that week. And so, anyway.
Yes, please come back. Don't dive. Thank you so much for coming in here. If you ain't hit that subscribe, please hit the subscribe and hit the like. Thank you guys so much for coming in here. Welcome. You come back anytime. You're always welcome here. Don't dive. You have a wonderful night. Take care. And thank you so much for coming in here. Yeah. But I'm just like, have you been watching a little bit of that I can't even say the word.
I hardly ever turn my TV on.
Well, I have the internet here, so I've been kind of watching on my phone. I'm just like, good Lord, that's crazy.
Yeah, I can't watch anything on TV really, not with these yapping scanners going.
Are you
Of course,
still pretty
I got them turned
busy
down.
with them right now, or?
I got them turned down talking to you. Sometimes
Girl, you just
I
seem like you're
enjoy this
drained.
peace and quiet from them.
You seem like you're drained, honey.
I am. This treatment is draining me. Like I said, it's changed my taste buds, and it is. I'm just so tired. I've been like that all day long. I did get I got a load of laundry done, and then I did get the bathroom bleached and got the kitchen, some dishes done. So
Deez wants to know, have you ate today?
yeah, I've ate
Okay.
twice, but did it taste good? No, because my taste buds are changing.
Because
I
last
can
time you
tell.
got to eat a banana split, and you was like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm like, are you sure you're good? Yeah, I'm good. Now this
Yeah,
time you're like,
yeah, everything. I had a plum and 2 of those little mandarin oranges. I couldn't even. They tasted funny. First, I thought they were spoiled, but they
Right.
weren't. Well, I noticed yesterday when I come home, I made me a glass of tea, and the tea was started tasting funny.
And you love
So,
your sweet tea with lemon.
yeah.
Oh
And my
man.
sister brought me a Dr. Pepper while yesterday. And she surprised me with that. And I went to take a swallow. It didn't taste right. So,
So what are you drinking? Water? You better stay
supposed to
hydrated,
be.
sister.
I know. Supposed to be drinking a lot of water. But I got to have my tea now. That tea sure does taste funny. It's kind of aggravating.
Yeah, because I know how you're like me with sweet tea. I love my sweet
Yes,
tea.
sir.
I love my
Yes,
sweet
sir.
tea. Dee
It
said
just,
try lemon heads or Jolly Ranchers or gum. I guess maybe for the different tastes.
who said that now?
Dee's creations.
Uh, um,
Then she
yeah,
said,
I
"Oh,
got.
honey, don't do too much with your arms and bending over. Don't push it. Like don't overdo it." Hello, Digger Duck. Good to see you, love. Hope you're doing well, darling. Or my allergies are killing my eyes.
I got
I
these
want to rub
gummies
them off.
here. The gummies are mainly for, you know, I'll eat one for my appetite in case I start loop, which I haven't been eating the gummies because I hadn't lost appetite yet. But that's mainly what it's for. Now I tested them gummies and ate everything.
She's like, "What's on the screen?"
Yeah, I did that too. First night.
She
So
said, "I was just staring at the screen."
I know. So I just it was funny. I'd rather not mess with the gummies until I actually need them. I got to
Right.
have.
She
So,
said that's Dee's creation said that's what helped my mom with the taste is the lemon heads or Jolly Ranchers or gum. I guess
you were
just get
such
the
a
taste out of your
pain.
mouth.
Stop.
Oh.
He's driving me nuts. You see, he puts his arm over my arm because he's wanting to get over here and see what's going on. He wants to know what all this mess is hooked up to me. Any other time, he don't do that. Of course, I don't have this hooked up to me.
Kinsey C said, "Yeah, it sucks. My dad went through that earlier. The chemo and radiation causes your taste buds to change." And he said everything tasted like metal.
Well, it's not taste. I don't know what this taste bud is in my mouth yet. I hadn't had pinpointed what it is, but I just know everything tastes funny. Like the tea tastes weak.
Right. Don't have like enough sugar or something in it, or like
Yeah.
I didn't put enough tea bags in it when I made it or something like that,
Yeah. It just tastes weak, and I know it's not weak.
Right.
You can tell by the color of it, of course.
Right.
And the food just is like, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know.
Are you still smoking or did you quit smoking?
I'm smoking, but I have cut back. God, if I cut back.
So you're
And
not
I
smoking
think-
nearly as much. That's good.
Right.
I mean, that's good though.
And I think
Yeah.
that's what's changing taste buds too, because they say when you quit smoking, your all your food, everything tastes a lot different.
Right. Right.
So, being I'm cutting back like I have, it could be part of that. So,
He
I don't
said,
know.
let little Wheezy know you're okay. And she said, mind over matter. The mind is powerful.
Yeah, I've told him a million times I'm okay, buddy, and
He still worries about you.
oh yeah. You see, when I go to the bathroom, because this tube is so long, when I'm in the bathroom, this tube is hanging down to the floor, and he comes over there in between my legs and wants to jump up my lap, and I can't let him because this tube's there, and I'm having
Right.
to move the tube real quick, get him away from it. So he just, the others, they don't bother me like he does. He He's so protective over me.
You know how I strongly believe, animals pick you. He's definitely picked you. You can tell. He said, "You're my mom." That's it. And you
Yeah.
can tell that dog has picked you. So, like you were saying, you're dog sitting, but when you've been dog sitting for a while, so he's your baby.
Here
But
he
so if the
comes.
other owner comes around, he ain't gonna. That ain't gonna fly. He's gonna stay right there with you.
Yeah.
It's not gonna fly because he's already picked you. You can tell he's right beside you.
There he is, right there laying
He's just
down.
sitting there. He's like, okay, since you won't let me get close by, I'll just keep my eyeballs on you then.
He does too. He sits right there. He sits right there, or he sits up there on the back of the couch and stares at me.
So when you're sleeping, is he kind of close to you?
He's on the back of the couch, right there.
So he's still got to be close to you, don't he?
It's like when I lay down on the couch, I'm facing the back of the couch, and he's up there on the top, and he's staring at my face.
It's like, okay, well, you go to sleep because you're weirding me out. Close your eyes.
Here he comes.
Oh, here he comes again.
See,
I
he
think-
goes for this pork.
I see it. I see what he's doing. Like he's smelling. I guess because it's still new, but you're like,
He wants to know what that is on me, I guess.
Just gotta be careful.
It's all day and all night. He comes up here and I have to block him off. He wants to know what's going on. When am I going to find out what is hooked up to you? What is
It's
all
like,
this different
Mom.
stuff? But
It's
when
like-
I don't have it, he don't come up here bugging me.
He does, but not nearly as bad. But when you got something hooked up to you, he's nosy. He's like, hey, what is this thing?
He's trying. He's trying. Dogs are smarter than you think they are.
Mm-hmm. And they can
Yeah.
sense things too. I'm telling you. So he's just
Yeah.
he's really checking on you full blown. He said, "I'm gonna whisper in your ear, Mama."
He don't give me a break.
He's a sweet baby. He's a
He's
sweet
a
baby.
trip. Oh, he got down.
He's most definitely a fur baby. That's for sure.
He's spoiled. They all are.
I wonder who spoiled him, Miss Ann. Mm-hmm.
He's right here under my chair.
I wonder who spoiled him.
Yeah, he's laying on the floor right by my chair. Right here by my legs. Oh, I know why. Because it just started raining.
Oh.
Shut this window.
He's like, I ain't getting rained on, Mama. Out. Now you're shutting the window and he'll come back up.
Yeah, because that stupid wind out there blows that rain right slap into this window. So,
It's crazy. Dee's creation said, "Sweet boy, he can smell the medicine." LOL. Oh, he's so loving. He is.
you
sweet.
know what? That's probably why he is doing that so much, DZ. He could smell it because they do have a good sense of medicine. I mean, smell.
A smell. Yeah, we know
So
what you mean.
exactly, that's what he's doing. He's coming out. He smells it and knows. Yeah, I hadn't even thought about that. Thank you, DZ.
Because he's like, Mama, this is not what you normally smell like. What? That's why he keeps on going right there. Because he's like, okay, well, I want to smell what that is because over here she don't have it, but right here it's right here. So like, what is
Yeah.
that?
Keeps coming up here, and he
But to you,
smells it.
you can't smell. I mean, does it? It don't smell or
I
nothing,
can't
does it?
smell it.
Okay, well, to you it don't smell nothing, but to him it's like, okay,
Yeah.
now that's a distinct smell that my mama don't normally smell like. You know what I mean? So
Where he went. He's not far. He probably went in there to get something to eat or drink.
he'll be back.
Oh yeah, he will. Everybody else has crashed out of sleep. They're all sound asleep.
Oh my goodness gracious.
They're probably waiting on me to come on and go to sleep. I don't even know nobody's on my couch. I don't know where they're at. They're all hiding somewhere. Okay, I see Abby over there in her kennel.
Now you said one of them was pregnant, right?
Yes, Sissy. Oh,
Is-
Sissy and Wheezy's right here under the desk in the pet bed.
They're still
guess they
close
heard-
by. They
They
said,
probably
"Screw,
heard
I'm
some
going to sleep."
thunder. I hadn't heard it yet.
Oh,
That's probably
Well, they
why
got
he
them-
got
They got them sensitive ears too. They really
That's
do.
what I was saying.
I'm
Yeah.
like, our dogs, they'll bark at anything. I'm like, what in the world are you barking at? I don't even hear nothing. I'm like, good Lord. You know what I'm saying? I'm
And
like,
when you get
geez, hush already. Lord.
Yeah, I got a bunch of storms coming in. Good grief.
That's probably why I got so much wind here. Because I'm only like, hold on one minute. Good Lord have mercy.
All right, there it goes.
Well, that looks like it's headed my direction.
It's up until 12:30 tonight to 6:30 in the morning.
Good Lord
So
have
all night
mercy.
long, I'm fixing to get that.
And some of it looks red and yellow, and then you got a lot of
Orange.
green or orange. Yeah.
Yeah. The orange part is the bad part.
Uh-huh.
It's the thunder and lightning and high winds combined. So, yeah, another stormy, rainy night. So, I know a couple of nights ago it thundered real bad, and one of my friends lives a couple of blocks away said we were talking, and she said that she slept right through it.
Right.
And I said I did too. I didn't even hear anything,
Like I slept like a baby.
Last night was a different story because I was sitting right here, and that thunder went to popping. Thunder and lightning went to popping, and it was very close by, and it was loud. I mean, loud. It made me jump and say a couple of words I didn't need to be saying.
And you got that and you have a trailer, so do you have the tin roof? Oh, you don't? Because some
Well,
trailers have the tin roof, and when
yeah.
you have you can hear the tin roof, it makes you sleep like it's peaceful.
Well, now my porch does. My
Oh,
porch is got 10, but I don't hear it. I've been here 30 years. I don't pay
you're like,
attention.
I'm used to it now. All
Yeah,
right, Demetrius. He's been up here chilling with us. He ain't
I
saying nothing. He's
see.
just been chilling. He's been chilling with
He's muted. He can't say hey.
you.
Hey,
There you go. How you
Every
doing,
time
buddy?
he comes up here, he
I'm good.
just listens, don't you, D? He just chills. He just listens. He's just like, okay, whatever. I'm here.
Oh man, you're silly.
How's your oxygen business going?
Mine. It's good.
How you feeling?
A little better, I
Good.
should say.
You
Good.
have to have it all the time or just to sleep?
All the time.
Well, you're supposed to have it all the time.
Yeah.
Do you have it on right now?
Yeah.
I can't see because you got that bright ass light behind you.
Well-
and I can't see nothing.
Well, I know you probably can't see it anyways because I tilted my screen back. That because when you tilt it forward, it shows like from here to down, and you can see it. So I try to
Oh.
cover it up to here where you can't see it.
And then you
I've
have a
had it-
really, really bright light behind you. Really bright. Really bright.
Yep, that light. There you go.
There. Now we can see you. I was like, oh, I see is a bright light behind you. It's bright.
Well, I decided to instead of doing it like that, I decided to do it like that.
So I thought, like, are they saying, are you eventually going to get off of it? Or are they saying you're going to have it for the rest of your life? Or what's the doctor saying?
I don't know. My aunt's a nurse, and she said sometimes autoimmune disease and heart out of rhythm can be also it can correct itself.
Right.
So I'm just hoping that it will.
And how long have you had? You haven't had oxygen for what, about a year or something like that? Not
Yeah.
massively long, but
Wow.
enough to aggravate you.
My best
Yeah.
friend had a couple blood clots on her lungs. And so she was in the hospital like a week, and they put her on oxygen full time.
Oh gosh.
So, matter of fact, I took her to one of her doctor's appointments not long ago. And her her mom has doctor's appointments. Her dad has appointments. So when they're tied up with their appointments, on the same day she's supposed to, she usually calls me and asks me if I can come and run her to her appointment. So
Right.
I've been helping her out.
Oh, my allergies are bothering me. You know, when allergies get to you and your eyes just want to rub your eyes off. It's like, ugh, they
But you
aggravate
know
you.
what's crazy? It's my next door neighbor's mom. She's like 82 years old. She's supposed to wear her oxygen 24/7. With a woman, if like I'm sitting on the patio and I got my dogs out there and I'm waiting on them to finish up and then we come back in. When next door they got the back door open and she'll come walking down the hallway going to her room. She don't have the oxygen on. She called me one day and I wasn't home. I had just pulled into my doctor's appointment. She wanted me to come and get her and take her to the hospital. I said, all them people that live over there, they should be able to take you. And she said they won't answer the phone or the door. And I said, well, get up and walk in there and ask them. And she said,
Right.
well, can you call the ambulance? I said, no. I'm not doing that. You got your son and two of your grandkids there with phones. There are people over there. I keep my distance.
Lord have
Ambulance
mercy.
did come over and get her and took her to the hospital the other day. And I don't know if she's back home or what the deal is. But the problem is she don't keep that oxygen on.
So
And
she
she
has a
said, I
hard time
thought only
breathing.
had to wear it when you slept. And her son goes, no, you're 20 every, the whole 24 hours.
Well, I know some people just need it at nighttime. So that's why I was asking D if he just needed
Yeah.
it at nighttime or if he needed it all the time. I didn't know.
Yeah, all the time for me.
That
Man.
sucks. But hopefully
Yeah.
it strengthens your lungs up and hopefully you won't need it forever. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hope not.
I got a thing from the lady. I got my EKG paper sitting right there. Looks very horrible.
Is
So
it both
what-
lungs or just one? Is it
No,
both?
I got a picture of my heart where it
Yeah,
goes like
heart.
that.
Yeah.
I just got that the other day. It's sitting right there. Oh, you don't want to see it. It's bad.
So
Well,
is
wouldn't
your
they
lungs
diagnose-
okay? Or is it
Nah.
just your heart? Or is it both?
What?
Is your lungs is it both lungs that are bad or is it your lungs and your heart?
Well, see, when you have an autoimmune disease, you get a lot of scarring into your lungs, and that autoimmune disease is attacking the lungs, so it kind of makes it hard for you to breathe. And see, the scarring won't ever go away. You could keep it. You could take medicine and prevent it from getting worse, but which the only part that I hate about it is like, I want to cure. I don't want people telling me that there's a 6-year lifespan, because
Right.
that's not, I can understand if I was in my 80s, I would probably say, yeah, let's go ahead and do the lifespan for 6 years. But with me being young, I have a
you
lot
are
of
young.
in me,
Yeah.
and it's just, I'm not, I don't want to go.
What are
It's
you
not-
like 24, 25, something like that?
28.
Well, hey, I was close. You're still young. I mean,
Yeah.
that's young. It's real young, real young.
Oh, yeah.
God, I'd give anything to be 28 again.
Miss Ann's like, "Dang it."
Yeah,
The older
it's,
you get, the worse it's. You just don't have energy anymore. Of course, this has taken on my energy. I was surprised I
Crazy.
got a few things done today.
Well, be
I was-
proud of yourself. You still got this, girl. I know you might be drained and it's kind of affecting you, but don't give up. You got this.
No, I'm not giving up now. You can forget
You
those
got
words.
this, sister.
Yeah, I'm fighting. But when I'm so sleepy and
I know
and
you're just tired. You're
drained, I'm
worn
like,
out.
oh, no.
You just want to sleep.
I'm gonna sleep in the morning.
What time's your
Yeah.
appointment, honey?
2:00.
Oh, okay. So you said I ain't got to get up real early. Or as the
Mm-mm.
old saying goes, ass crack of dawn,
He don't get there until noon anyway.
Oh, okay.
No morning appointments, which is great. I hate morning appointments. So he, I had to be there at 2. My son's going to meet me there. So,
That'll be good.
yeah, usually my son and my brother, they've together been coming to the appointments. We're the main ones. We've already had one main one. Tomorrow's going to be a main one. And I
Right.
think from here on out, it'd just be regular appointments. It's not going to be, because this is telling us what's up.
Right.
He'll be able to look at the PET scan and see what lit up. Um,
Well,
yeah,
hopefully and prayerfully you don't have that because you're like, Lord, don't you think I have enough? I don't need to have something else on top of everything else going on. Jeez.
yeah, I'm hoping he can show
Lord.
me and my son on the screen tomorrow too. The actual PET scan, what was lit up. He could
Right.
show us.
Well, let's hope and pray that you don't. That's all we can
Yeah.
do. Just hope and pray that you don't. The good Lord's got you, darling. He's got
Yeah.
you too, Demetrius.
Oh, I
Maybe you
know.
won't be on that stinking oxygen for the rest of your life.
I
You'll get
know it's
better.
aggravating. Shoot.
Ugh.
It's like, woo.
You gotta stay positive, Miss Ann about to fall asleep in her chair. She looks so
I am.
tired. Bless your heart, honey.
This is really taking me, draining me. I've already had like 3 naps today,
And you're
and
still
each one
tired.
was over an hour long. And when I woke up, it felt like I'd done slept 6 hours. I felt great, but then it drains you. It drains
Yeah,
you.
I'd say as soon as your head hits the pillow, you out. You out. 'Cause you're just so. I mean, you're just so
I'm like a
drained.
light.
That's your heart.
So I'm fixing to jump down and go brush my teeth and hit the sack.
I think your fur babies are waiting for you, honey. Especially little Wheezy. Oh Lord.
But Wheezy kept Sissy out of the pet bed, so she's
Oh.
up here on the floor.
Mm-mm-mm.
They a trip around here. But when I cut off these lights, they come over to the couch and they jump up and get on the very back of the couch or on the arm of the couch. They surrounded me.
Well, they know. They say, "Mom, we know it's bedtime,"
Mm-hmm.
and they could probably sense you're tired. You're tired. They could probably sense. That's probably why they're laying down. They're like, "Mom, we'll be in bed soon. I can feel it." But yeah, honey, just are you going to do a live or anything tomorrow to let everybody know? Or
Yeah, when I get home,
yeah,
I was going to do a live. I say it'd probably be about 5 because once I get home, get me something to eat, or I might take a nap. Who knows?
it'll be sometime tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, 5 or 6. The other night I took when I came home from the treatment Tuesday, 8, and then I went to sleep and had some things to do when I woke up, and it was 9:30. I did a live. I said, "Oh well." So, but yeah, I'll do a live sometime tomorrow afternoon.
All right, honey. Well, hopefully and prayerfully everything goes well. And like you said, you don't need no more. You need good vibes. So hopefully, prayerfully, everything goes well, honey.
Yeah, just praying for him to say it's negative.
That's what we need. That's what you need.
But in the back of my mind, I'll be honest with you, I'm scared and afraid. I believe it is positive. It's just the intuition, the feeling you get. You just
Hopefully, I know, honey. But when you're like, I'm going through all this stuff, it's hard not to think that way, So, hopefully and prayerfully, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good news. It's not, tacked on to everything else going on.
I got an email with the results, but I don't quite understand the results, and a couple of my medic friends, they just gave me that look,
Right.
and that
You're
look.
like, I'm not medically inclined. I don't know
Well,
this
they know what it
specific word
meant.
junk. You know
They
what I
knew
mean?
exactly what it meant, and they gave me that look with a tear in their eye. Put it that way. I said, "You don't have to say anything."
It's like, I'll find out for sure on this date. You know what I mean?
Mm,
I'll find out for sure from my doctor. You
yeah,
know.
they gave me that look, like, yeah, it's showing positive. So anyway, it is what it is. Whatever, we'll find out tomorrow.
Well, I
And
love you, honey, and I'll be praying that
if
your
it
test
is, I'm
comes
not going to
back
be sad about it.
right. Just you know,
Yeah,
because you would. I mean, the chemo that you're doing, if by chance you do. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping and praying not. But I'm just saying, wouldn't it cover any if you had that too?
mm,
Wouldn't it also cover that too? So you wouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to have another port or none of that other junk. It should cover whatever type you
no,
have.
yeah. I'm getting 3 medicines at one time right now,
Mm-hmm.
and my next treatment they're going to add a 4th one, and it's a toughie. So it's what I've been told. Well, I guess I'll find out. I don't know how much tougher it can get. I'm already sleepy and losing energy and test buds. So I guess that one will probably be the one that I lose my appetite and I'll be eating gummies.
Uh-huh. Well,
But
just
who knows? I don't know.
just stay in positive spirits. I know
Mm,
you can, honey. I know
yeah, I'm
you
just
can.
drained
I
today.
know. I can hear
Yeah.
you. You're just tired. You're just tired. You're just really tired. See, look at you yawning. You know that's contagious.
Yeah, I'm
You
ready
know
to
that's
hit the
contagious.
fat.
Me and Dee's gonna both be yawning here in a minute.
Uh-huh.
Oh man,
All right, Demetrius, you take care, buddy.
I will. You too.
I will. And Angel, thanks for having me up.
You're welcome, honey. I love you. You just keep on doing what you're doing. You stay strong. I know you're tired, but you still got this, girl. You a fighter. You
I
got
love
this.
you and your crew,
Love you
your
too, honey. You have
family
a
over
good night
there,
and be
everybody in
praying.
chat. I love all y'all.
We'll be praying for you, sweetie.
All right,
Bye, Weezy. Here he comes. He knew you was getting ready to say bed, Mom.
Here's a trip.
I seen him because you was like, okay, I love you guys. I'm getting ready to get off here. Here he comes.
He's been in there eating.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's a sweet baby.
I'm waiting on that tooth right there. Not on this side, on the other side.
No.
Yeah. This is it this side? No, it's this side right here.
Oh, what is it? Sits to the side?
Yeah. It's
Is it
about
trying to come out?
Huh?
Is it trying to come out?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's driving him nuts too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Poor little Weezy.
It's okay. Hey, buddy.
Like, Mom, that sucks. But we love you too, Weezy. You better be a good boy.
He's so angry he can't get over here and find out what all this is.
He said, I'm going to lick you till I get over there, Mama.
He will. All right, let me get off of here.
All right, honey. We love you. We'll be praying for you, and hopefully everything goes well, honey.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you in my live tomorrow night.
All right, honey. Love you.
Afternoon.
Love you.
Love you. Bye, Demetrius. Love
See
you
ya.
too.
You too. Have a good one.
You too, buddy. Take care.
Yeah, honey.
Thank you.
But toodles.
Y'all have a
And
good
next time, I better see one of them.
Oh, goodbye, girl. Just kidding. Goodbye, silliness. I'll have your.
Hey, I have to give you a hard time because you got me with the freaking cat.
Oh, really?
I said, happy fur baby. You're like, oh, I don't really have it.
Oh, I know. I did have you rolling on that one.
Really? Really?
Oh, I know. Believe it or not. I know what you mean there. I probably had you rolling all day that day.
I was like, what in a cat? I
I
really
got
thought
more
you had a
jokes.
real cat. I'm just saying.
I got more jokes for you. They'll
Oh,
come.
oh, Lord. Well, thank you for coming up here. You have a good night. You take care of yourself.
You too. I'll get with
All
you
right.
on that invoice on the thing,
All
the
right.
bracelets and stuff.
All
You
right.
have a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Have a good one. See ya. All right, guys. I'm going to pull up before I jump off here. I'm going to pull up if there is any updates, guys. Just like I said before I jump off here, I want to see if there is anything to let you guys know. Rebel, do you see anything updated on that submersive? Because I see them in chat. Yes, give Ghost our love and respect. Tell him to get his booty up out of bed. Let's see. I'm trying to find an updated. That was 9 hours ago. That's not very updated. Let's see. 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours. I'm trying to find the updated. Well, I don't have anything updated recently. I'm trying to see. Well, I'm trying to see, guys. Give me just a second. Let's see. Be patient with me, guys. I'm trying to find the most up to date on that. On the missing submersible. Let me see this. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Let's see if this is some good information. Hopefully it is, because this is like the most recent that I can see. Good night, Sharon. Love you, honey. Thank you so much for coming in here, darling. Okay.
So hard to find is because it is really small. On the outside, this thing is 22 feet long. It's about 8 feet tall, and that's just on the outside. But on the inside where people sit, it's more like the size of an elevator, but sideways. Check this out. Using this wall here, and we measured, this is pretty close to the actual scale of just how much room the 5 inside have to sit down. Remember, it's less than 5 feet tall, so they can't stand up. There are no chairs. Everyone is sitting on the grounds. And we did talk to Aaron Newman, a former passenger and investor. He shared some pictures with us. And see this ledge right here? This is the only place where people can dangle their legs over the edge to look out the only window in the sub. That's about 21 inches across. And then this is what it looked like going down. When people need to use the bathroom, there's a small toilet in the cap in the front of that window. Newman took this trip back in 2021 along with the missing CEO, Stockton Rush, and he said he felt safe the entire time. So that's what it looks like on the inside of the vessel. And if any of those passengers are still alive, they are most likely going to be banging on the walls, hoping those noises get picked up by sonar, which is something that we heard yesterday as we talked to Dr. Jules Jaffe. He's a research oceanographer at UC San Diego. Dr. Jaffe helped find the Titanic. He was a part of the team that helped discover the Titanic so many years ago. Dr. Jaffe, thank you very much for joining us. I want to start with the possibility that this sub maybe lost its thrusters. If it is just sitting somewhere, how much can the ocean move it around?
Well, if it's sitting on the seafloor, the answer would be not much. If it was sitting in the water column, then the answer is quite a bit, because remember, it's nearly 4 days since it was launched. And I loved your analogy of the three-dimensional volume. And thinking about that three-dimensional volume, you can think about the water transporting things at every depth in almost every direction. And now, even if the water is going fairly slowly, by the time you get 4 days later, they can be a fair ways off site. I hope they're more like in the water column than sitting on the bottom, because I think that creates a better scenario for rescue. And you already talked about this wonderful underwater robot that the French are bringing that has a 14,000-foot dive capability. And if we somehow were able to figure out where it was, and I would suggest we do that not by listening to what seems like noises from something that we don't know really what it is, but by using their hydrographic survey sonar to look for a bright object underwater, there's a chance that the robot could go hook a tether onto it and bring it up extremely slowly. And then if it's on the surface, we could have divers come out to meet it and pop a little bit of it, so that the main problem is just air right now. The other problem, of course, and it may be that they are conserving oxygen, because if they were imagining that they were run out of oxygen, the smart thing to do would be to reduce your metabolic effort and perhaps just lay very still as possible. And so maybe we're overestimating maybe we're thinking it's going to run out of air sooner than possible. But there are a number of possibilities at this point, but I'm so sad that the situation is so dire, frankly.
No,
Hey,
it's horrible to watch.
I probably said your name wrong, but
I think
hey,
you hit it
how
right
are
on the
ya?
head. So many
for
times we're
being in
describing
here.
this as rescue crews looking for this
Welcome.
sub, but they're not looking for this sub. They're listening for this sub, right? We can't see it. It could be in pitch black conditions. And from what you described, if it is in that water column, it sounds like if it gets a sonar ping, it can move very quickly to somewhere else. Is that right?
Well, not too quickly. I mean, the underwater currents are about as fast as my hands are moving across the screen in most of the ocean. So it's not like you're in a river or something like that. It's more you're being, we use the fancy word, advection, to be carried along. So I think it's just, the physics is velocity times time. So even if the velocity is small, if the time is big, it can go quite a long distance away, sadly. So I do have a glimmer of hope that we could get that French vessel out there, do the hydrographic survey, get the robot down. But of course, we're all stressed and worrying about what's going on right now.
And so if the sub is intact, it is protected from all the extreme pressures at that depth in the ocean, right?
Oh, absolutely. It was designed, it's 6,000 pounds per square inch at that depth. And when you think about how the tremendous forces on it, it's certainly being compressed. The question is whether it would actually be ruptured. And there's been a lot of talk online about the possibility that the integrity of the vehicle was compromised. And what I was imagining was that the company that made this vehicle should be doing periodic non-destructive tests and evaluation. So for instance, when we fly on a plane, we feel secure that the plane is going to be intact. But the technology behind that is that there are crews that are using ultrasonic probes to look at the materials on that plane to make sure that they're not cracked open. And I am worried that every time this thing goes down and comes out, it actually creates a stress on the structure. And are the manufacturers and managers of this endeavor, which I endorse, recreational deep sea ocean, to teach people how wonderful the ocean is, are we monitoring its mechanical integrity to the point that we needed to? And it's always 2020 hindsight. I guess the only other thing I would like to say is if in fact we do lose the participants, perhaps we can recover the vessel and learn what went wrong so that in the future we can do a better job. I mean, we all watched the Challenger explode. It was heartbreaking, but we still went back to space. And I still think the exploration of the deep sea ocean and the recreational use of it is something that we as humans inhabiting this planet need to keep doing.
Doctor, we appreciate your expertise so much. You have more experience in this than anybody else I've met. And I want to ask, if you were in that sub and you realized something went wrong, what would be your course of action? Come all the way down from the breathing to the conserving of water. What would be the first thing you did? And what would you insist that everybody else do too?
Well, stay calm first. Try to reduce your oxygen consumption. Notably, that's something that they're doing. They do have weights. So the physics of these vehicles, we build autonomous vehicles in my lab, is that if the vehicle's heavier than water, it will sink. And if it's lighter than water, it will float. And I do know from reading online and looking at the extensive literature that we've seen, they do have weights that they can drop. So I'm imagining if they got stuck, one of the first things they would do is drop those weights. And then they would actually come to the surface. Now, the surface conditions have not been that kind. The seas haven't been that cooperating. There have been clouds and the aircraft have been looking. But I also do want to say something about the listening to the knocking, because what we're doing is the Canadians is sending these underwater microphones down. So a sonobuoy is a float. These are really designed to listen to submarines. And
there wasn't no contact. They're saying conserving their air when they run out of oxygen. Odds. I'm probably saying your name wrong, honey. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to, but they're saying they're getting ready to run out of the oxygen, and that's why he's saying to conserve air, because when they run out of the oxygen, where they're in the water, if they conserve their own air, then they might, be able to stretch out their life. To save their life. You're fine, honey. I'm a weirdo too. Don't worry about it. You're good. You're welcome, honey. But to kind of, I guess, to save their life is what he's trying to say. Just kind of stay calm and deep breaths, like try to not hold your breath, but just kind of conserve. I don't know how you can conserve your breathing, because there's a lot of people, that breathe, you breathe all the time. You don't pay attention to your breathing. You just breathe. You know what I mean? So how can you conserve your breathing? I mean, you know what I mean? I'm the odd one too, so don't worry about it, girl. Don't worry about it. Be you. That's what this channel is all about. So don't worry about it. But I've been watching this since it happened. So, and I've been bringing it up the past couple of times. And I figured, well, we could talk about it. Since it's the open panel, it's just talk about whatever. So I figured we could talk about it, and I have talked about it. So I was like, well, I'll try to find a most updated video, and that's what we're going over right now. Those seas, that just makes me it makes me wheezy, guys. I've never been to the ocean. It would make me wheezy. It gives me a little bit of panic, because that thing is not very big at all, and holding 5 people, I would be like closed in spaces, like get away from me.
There's a huge number of them. Looking online, the U.S. Navy just spent $2 billion on buying these. They're extremely sophisticated. They're made to work in the top 2,000 feet of the ocean. And this vehicle may be quite a bit deeper. But I could imagine if we could hear that knocking sound on 2 of those sonobuoys, maybe we could use something called triangulation to figure out exactly where it is. So I do think there's technological opportunities that perhaps haven't been taken care of. And the last thing I want to say, as a person who works with the U.S. Navy and submarines, the world's experts in underwater sound are the sonar men that go on these submarines, because they sit there for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I think those are the people we should be asking about, is this a natural sound, or is this something that doesn't sound natural? It could be an old buoy with an anchor slapping against a chain, or they could be knocking on the walls. In principle, I wish they would have sent Morse code because then we would have known it was humans. But perhaps in their current situation, they haven't worked all of that through. But let's just hope they're still there and we can first find them and then perhaps even get them.
Let's hope those noises continue. Dr. Jules Jaffe, thanks so much for joining us. And have you ever wondered if...
So that's crazy, isn't it? They're saying if they are at the Titanic site, the Titanic is in anywhere between 12,500 feet to 13,000 feet. If they are at the Titanic site. Yes, if they are at the Titanic site, because that's what they was originally going to. Titanic is at 12,500 or 13,000 feet below sea level. And it's saying 2.4 miles away from the surface of the water all the way to the bottom. It's 2.4 miles. And it took that submersive, they said, to take it to the bottom of the ocean. Well, I mean, typically, if nothing goes wrong, it would take like 2 hours with all the, the water and the currents and the depths and whatever that is going on from the top of the ocean all the way to the bottom where the Titanic is. It takes close to 2 hours. And they said they lost contact at 1 hour and 45 minutes. So they could have possibly already been there and maybe got hit on something or something. They said they lost contact. So I don't know. I mean, they're trying. It's kind of like a needle in a haystack. I mean, I'm just hoping that we can only hope and pray that these people are found. I'm not saying that they're not going to be found, but hopefully they're found and they're alive, because they only gave them 96 hours of oxygen. It's only 4 days. Their fourth day, because it happened Sunday. And their fourth day will be in the morning, Thursday morning. I think they said like 7:15, 7:08 a.m., something like that, Eastern time. So it's just right, like about 6 hours, something like that. It's like not long at all. It's not long. Hey, Bambi, good to see you, love. I love you, honey. Prayers for you, darling. I hope you're doing okay, honey. I'm here for you if you need me, darling. All right, and then there's one more. We can only hope. And like I said, it's like a needle in a haystack. You've seen that ocean. The ocean's huge. It's huge. There's one more that I want to share with you guys. And then I'm going to jump off here because the kiddos still got, they still have summer school in the morning. But there's one more I shared to myself. And I want to share it with you guys. If I can. Okay, this was this morning, but I just feel, because we do cover a little bit of mental health and well-being and support awareness and encouragement and positivity and motivation on this channel. So I figured this would be a good, not good, but to talk about. It says feeling claustrophobic. The missing submersive has been triggering. Images of small space inside the vessel are causing feelings of anxiety and queasiness, but most people don't actually have claustrophobia. And there it is. It's not very big at all. It says as rescuers continue to search for the ocean for the missing submersive vessel, people following the news are responding with a common sentiment, feelings of claustrophobia. Just watching the story about the lost submersive under the sea is giving me claustrophobia and palpitations, tweeted somebody, I won't say their name, but tweeted that person. It says the vessel named Titan is 22 feet long and can travel about 2.4 miles below the surface of the Atlantic Ocean, holding a 5-person crew in the cabin with as much room as a minivan. Says, good Lord, I can't imagine willingly entering that thing, one person wrote on Reddit in response to the news. It's like some of my worst nightmares combined into one hyperventilating package. But is the anxiety we're feeling really a sign of claustrophobia? Would most people struggle in such a small space? The Post asked the experts, are we experiencing collective claustrophobia? It may seem that way, but claustrophobia is an irrational fear of enclosed spaces and can trigger your feelings of panic, trouble breathing, chills, and tightness in the chest, amongst other things. In the case of the missing submersible, fear of the stranded vessel is not irrational. If you haven't had claustrophobia before, the feelings of anxiety and queasiness you're experiencing when you read news accounts or see images of missing vessels and passengers are probably induced by empathy. I think that we can recognize about this particular situation is that it's quite a dire circumstance for a number of people witnessing this story. If they're not typically anxious about normal activities like riding in an elevator or being on a subway, we can probably safely say they are not claustrophobic. But the anxiety they are experiencing with this story is due to the distress and empathy for these people. It's not uncommon for people to feel panicky when hearing about people who are trapped, says mental health experts. Many people describe claustrophobic feelings when a youth soccer team and coach in Thailand were trapped in a flooding cave in 2018. During a daring and ultimately successful rescue, one diver drowned and another died a year later from an infection acquired in the cave. An excess of empathy of attempting to feel the afflicted person's feelings may amplify every fear of our own to an unacceptable level of anguish. William F. Haining III, a physician and professor emeritus of psychiatry at the University of Hawaii, Johns A. Burns School of Medicine, a common demonstration of this panic. The idea of being caught in space from which there appears no escape is too often a trigger for that self-same panic. Said, wouldn't most people be claustrophobic in a tight space of the submersible? Not necessarily, says experts. Claustrophobia has been estimated to range about 2 to 12.5% of the population, and most sufferers are female. It says Maximilian Creamer, director of Ocean Technology Group at the University of Hawaii Marine Center, trained in or piloted an even smaller submersible for only 20 years. His vessel was a 7-foot steel spear packed with equipment that could hold up to 3 people. Exactly, Digger Duck. Quite frankly, it wasn't very common that people had to fight off claustrophobia, he said. Usually even people who felt some apprehension to the close proximity to the other passenger and pilot. Once you're underwater, that very quickly disappears and gives way to the wonders of the ocean. Creamer said he remembers 2 times over 20 years when the dive had an aborted because of feelings of claustrophobia. You cannot take somebody who is claustrophobic. I had maybe a handful of incidents where during a safety briefing, someone decided to forego their chance at this coveted adventure. I recall 2 incidents where a person discovered their discomfort with claustrophobia or other fears during the descent. We would immediately abort the dive and come back up. Creamer says he recalls even a boy playing in basements and small spaces without fear, but I can tell you that my wife maintains to this day that she would not set a toe in such a small spear. It's just not her thing. Let's see. And it says Titanic Submersible's CEO had spoken about worry of vessel not surfacing. It says rescue windows narrow as search area for Titan submersive doubles. Says, what's it like inside the missing submersive? As much room as a minivan. Who are the 5 passengers? It's just a lot of information, guys. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of information out there, guys. And the rest of it just kind of talks about what claustrophobia is. It's crazy. I just pray for them and pray that they're found safely. Like I said, whenever they do find them, I have a feeling that they're going to be hospitalized. And if they do find them and they're still alive, they might be weak kittens, as I was saying, but hopefully they're still breathing, and that they can get them the oxygen on them real fast, like have emergency oxygen on the boat or whatever gets them, have that emergency oxygen or whatever they need, the medical care, like right away until they can get them to the hospital to get them back up and breathing or whatever they got to do. Open up that, I mean, they're bolted shut, so open up that airway as soon as they bring them up to the surface. There's a way to open it up real fast and let them get that fresh air. You know what I mean? I don't know how this works, but I'm just praying that they're found safely. I don't know. I don't know if they will be found. This is just my opinion. I don't know if they will be found before the time runs out for the oxygen, because they only got 4 days of oxygen, which is 96 hours. But we can only be hopeful and pray for them and just, you know, give them good vibes, and hopefully they just stay somewhat calm, and hopefully they just keep on doing what they're doing with the banging and stuff, because I believe that that's them. And I don't know why they haven't got a chance to, you know, just go down there and look. It doesn't hurt to go down there and look. It's not going to hurt anything. I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what sucks about it. Time, unfortunately, does not stand still. It keeps on ticking. So that's what's so scary. And you feel for these people. I mean, they're 13,000. They're at least 10,000 or more feet. We'll just say that. At least 10,000 or more feet in the ocean. The ocean's huge, guys. And like we were just talking about, the guys said if they're not in the bottom of if they're in the bottom of the ocean, they wouldn't be moved much. If they're not in the bottom of the ocean and they are in a current, they could be shifted. So, I mean, that's what's scary, because the ocean is huge. It's huge. So what I'm just we can only just hope for the best. That's all we can hope for. But I'm just, you know, I'm just saying prayers for the families and praying that they're found safe and all that. But thank you guys so much for being in here. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you guys so much for the new people coming in here. It means so much to me. Y'all are welcome. Come back anytime. Send your friends over here. It's just a positive, a good, uplifting place to be at. And thank you guys so much for coming in here. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you so much, Odds. I'm probably saying your name wrong, but thank you so much. Thank you. Come back anytime. I'll be live tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to be covering, but I'll be live tomorrow. I don't know what time zone you're in, but I normally go live about 10:30 Eastern time, between 10:30 and 10:45 Eastern time. So I'll just letting you know ahead of time. Thank you guys so much. It means so much to me. Truly, it really does. And before I jump off here, remember to lift each other up, be there for one another, support one another, be positive, and be there for one another. And don't judge a book by its cover, because you don't know what somebody's going through. So just be kind to one another. Just be kind to one another. I love you guys. Y'all have a wonderful night. And like I said, all the new people, welcome. Y'all come back anytime. Y'all have a wonderful night. Virtual hugs. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay? Love you guys.